I'll
Que sí,
send them a
igualmente yo
text.
les voy a ir compartiendo por
Okay,
acá
I'm
que
going
esta
to start
llamada
sharing with them about this
se
call.
creó y comenzó
This was
de la mano de
created and
Jay y
started
muchas de las personas que
with
están
Jay,
aquí,
and many of the
unos están en el
people who
campo
are
de
here,
los
they
seguros de
are
salud,
in
otras
the
son
health
personas que ya tienen su
insurance
negocio
industry.
propio y bueno,
Others
quiero dar
have
la
their own
bienvenida
business,
a
and I want
todos.
to welcome
Gracias por
everyone.
estar aquí,
Thank you
gracias por
for
su
being
llamado.
here. Thank you for the
Ustedes
call.
dirán, bueno, ¿qué
You
tiene
might
que ver
say, hey,
esto?
what does this
¿O qué
have
tiene
to
que ver el
do?
seguro de salud? ¿Qué
Or
tiene que ver
what
mi
does health
negocio
insurance or
con
what does my
LifeWave,
business have to
con
do
la
with
fototerapia,
LifeWay,
con la
with
parte de
phototherapy,
fototerapia?
with the
Y yo creo que
phototherapy
Jay es
patches?
la persona
And I think that
indicada
Jay is the
para dejarnos
indicated
saber de
person
qué
to let
forma
us know
puede
which
asociarse una de la
way this
otra.
can be
Entonces,
associated.
bienvenidos a todos. Vamos a
So
esperar que
welcome
Jay se
all. Let's
desocupe de
wait
la
until
llamada
Jay
para que él
finishes
pueda
his
hacer
call
la entrada. Sin
so he can
embargo,
do the
yo de Jay
introduction.
no sabía que
Now,
estaba en
I
seguros, pero
didn't know
Lola me
that Jay was
compartió
also in
algo muy
insurance industry,
interesante por
but
aquí.
Lola shared something very
Quiero
interested.
preguntar quién está en seguros, si
Interesting.
me
Who
pueden
is in
colocar en el
insurance
chat
business
quién
here,
está en
please? Can
seguros
you
de
write
salud
that in
por
the
aquí
chat? Who is in health insurance
o tiene un negocio independiente.
or has their own business?
Y me colocan por aquí en el chat
Can
para
you
ver
please
quién
write it
está en
down in the
seguros de
chat to
salud,
see who is in the health insurance business?
que se esté preguntando qué tiene que ver esto con
Who's asking themselves, what does
lo
this
que
have to
es
do with what?
seguros de salud con la fototerapia.
Health insurance
Tenemos
via
personas bastante
phototherapy.
conectadas. ¿Y quién también está
Okay,
en el
some people
negocio?
are
¿Quién está en el
connecting.
negocio ya?
Who
¿Quién
is already
está
in the
en la
business?
compañía de
Who
LifeWay?
is already in the LifeWave company?
I'm good to go, Michelle, whenever you're ready.
Oh, listo. Ah, bueno, ya Jay está listo. Entonces,
Okay,
Jay,
okay, so
bienvenido.
Jay is ready.
Bienvenido
Welcome.
a esta llamada. Y bueno,
Welcome to
te
this
dejo
call,
todo el
and the
espacio
floor
para
is
ti.
yours.
Do you want to introduce Michelle and to who I am and just if you want to just kind of lead me on what you want them to hear about, just so I don't want to bore anybody or take anybody's time.
Claro que sí. Mientras
Yes,
estabas en la
of
llamada,
course.
yo les
While you were in
compartía
your call,
que tú
I
estás
shared
en la parte de
that
seguros y
you
también eres
are
líder
also
de
part
nuestra
of the
compañía
insurance
de
industry and
X39,
leader
de
of
los
the
patches de
X39
LifeWave.
company of the
Y
LifeWave
yo les
patches.
quería
And
compartir,
I
quise
wanted
compartirle a
to
todos de
share
que si
with
se
everyone
preguntan qué tiene que ver el seguro de salud
if they're
o qué tiene
asking
que ver
themselves,
mi
what does this
negocio
have to do
propio
with my
con los
business,
parches de
with being an
LifeWave o de
entrepreneur,
qué trata la
or with the
compañía.
health
Y bueno, la
insurance
persona
industry?
indicada
And I
para
think
todo
that
esto
the
yo creo
correct
que eres
person to
tú
explain
acá.
this
Así que por eso te
correlation
damos
is
la
you.
bienvenida y
That's
ya
why we're
dejamos el espacio.
welcoming you and giving you the
Awesome,
floor.
Michelle. And so let me ask you, is everyone on here, is it like a broker inside the health insurance? You guys all kind of ha have your own business? Is that what I understand? So this is like you work for the company, or you guys are brokers for a company, or you kind of have your own business? Because I've been in the insurance space, in health insurance, life insurance, PNC, for 30 years. So I just wanted to know exactly, um, is that who I'm speaking to?
Me 3 years in the chat.
Yeah, I see. That Michelle, that was for you. Is most of the people on here entrepreneurs that they're in the health space and they're entrepreneurs?
Ok, te comento. La mayoría que
Okay,
yo
well,
invité son
most of the people
emprendedores,
who I
pero
invited are
hay
entrepreneurs.
una persona que
But
Okay,
tiene un
there is
amazing.
one
negocio, sí
person who
señor,
is in the
que está en el
business.
negocio
Yes,
y no
she's in the
sé
business already.
que ya está
And
en el
I'm not
negocio. No,
sure.
Dania, Dania Pearson, me dijo que
Dania,
está en el
Dania
negocio. Ella está invitada aquí en la
Pearson,
llamada de
who
hoy
was
y
invited to the call.
Cecilia
She's
Nieto
already
que
in the
está
business
en
and
el
in the
negocio.
LifeWave
Pero
business.
recuerda que la
And
llamada
Cecilia
yo la había
Nieto,
compartido en una
remember
llamada que
you had
tuvimos
shared
del equipo
this
de Be the Light.
call
Entonces
with the
hay
Be the
personas
Light
de Be the
team. So
Light
there
que
are a
están
few
en la
people from
llamada
Be
del
the
día de
Light who
hoy
are in this
que
call
llamaron,
today.
vieron
Okay, awesome.
Hola, hola,
So
hola,
so
Hi,
hola.
hi, 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 hi.
Jade,
Jay,
hola,
hi.
hello.
¿cómo estás?
How are you?
Sí, todo
Bien, ¿y tú?
empezó
Look,
bien, bien,
I'm
bien.
doing well, thank
Gracias
you.
por tu
Thank you
tiempo.
for your
Todo
time. Look,
empezó
all this
porque
started
yo trabajo
because
con seguros aquí en
I
Estados
work
Unidos y
with the
tengo unas personas
insurance businesses here
interesadas.
in the US, and I
Ya
have a group
algunos
of
se
people
registraron y están
interested.
utilizando el
They already
producto.
registered, they're using the
Bueno,
product,
coordinamos con Lola para ver si se
and
podía dar
we
este
coordinated this
espacio.
call, the space with Lola,
Una persona podía asistir,
because
la
one
otra
of
no.
those
Hemos
people
quedado
was
con Lola
able
que más
to come
adelante se
and
va
the
a
other
poder.
one was
Pero
not able
estamos
to come.
aquí
So
y
we're
sigo
going to see if we
acompañándolas de
can
mi
speak
equipo
to the other
porque
person
tenemos
later on.
gente
But
de
we're here
este
with people
gremio que
from my team
quisiéramos
because there are
invitar.
a few people from the
Y pues, ¿quién
insurance
mejor que
business
tú para
space that
darles
we want to
una
invite
idea más
into
amplia de
the
cómo
business?
lograste
We would like you to give
empatar
us
las dos
a more
cosas?
generic idea of
Y
how you were able
además
to
que
match
mucha gente que está aquí en mi
those two
equipo tiene
industries.
un
And there's a lot of
perfil
people
de
from my team
personas
who have a
empresarias,
profile
personas ganando
of
aquí en Estados Unidos
entrepreneurs,
a lo
people
mejor
who
30
are
mil,
earning
40
maybe
mil dólares
$30,000 or
al mes
$40,000 a
y
month here in the
que
United States.
sería
And
fabuloso que
they're
ustedes
interested in
conectar con
this. So
esto
it
y
would be
con esa
fabulous if they
razón
can connect
o
with
esas
this
razones por las
business
cuales
as an extra income. And that's
tú,
why you,
estando tan
precisely
bien,
you,
tomaste la decisión de formar
took the
parte de todo este
decision,
movimiento.
even though you had a lot of
Yeah,
businesses, to be
so
part of
would
this
Marilyn,
movement.
would you like me to, I can explain my story, why I'm here, what I do, and then do you want me to present the opportunity? Is that what you're looking for me to do, and why this opportunity took me down the path?
Para mí personalmente sería muy
For me
interesante.
personally,
Sí,
yes, that would be
totalmente.
great. Yes,
Okay,
totally,
awesome.
says
Quería
Michelle.
compartir
And also, I
So,
wanted
las
to
personas
share
que están aquí
that the
están
people
interesadas
who
en
are here are
conocer cómo el
interested
seguro de
in
salud
getting to
tiene que
know
ver
how
con la
health
compañía
insurance
de Lifeway.
business has to do with Lifewave Company.
okay, so I mean, I currently own 8 different businesses now, and so before this business, I had 7. I've been in the insurance space, health, financial services, P&C for the last 25 years. I have marketing firms, coaching firms, real estate companies. I wasn't really looking for another opportunity, but I'm always looking for another stream of income that I can scale. And so my friend called me up about this patch because him and I have been dealing with some pain from being athletes when we were in college. And, he told me there was a stem cell patch and had all this holistic stuff in it and, was going to help me a lot. And I was just very skeptical. And I thought that, my friend had converted to a snake oil salesman. And so I, you know, believed him, trusted him. I bought the patch. I came home. I put the patch on and it transformed my life. It transformed my health. It transformed the pain in my body, the energy that I had, the mental clarity. Little TMI, too much information. I was waking up for the last 3 years to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And that stopped after one day of wearing the patch. So, and then I started looking at the opportunity because he was like, there's an opportunity to be an affiliate with this company. And I started looking at the compensation model and I was blown away. I met an individual that's been doing it about 2.5 years. He's making $65,000 a week. So not a month per week. And then I met his upline that's making around $140,000 a week. So they're making around $800,000 a month off of this business. They've only been in the business 2.5 years. They have no social media whatsoever. So I started kind of really looking into it. And then I met a young lady that came up to me crying and she said I changed her life. And I was like, I how in the world could I have changed your life? And she was like, well, the fact that you said yes to this patch and you got another individual to wear it and he had a transformation and shared it on social media. I tried it on my 2 3-year-old twins. One of my twins has autism, severe autism, and the other one has not eaten food since he's been born. He's been on a feeding tube. And so I was like, wow. I was like, what happened? And she said, well, after 2.5 weeks, my son with autism is a different little boy. He's singing, he's doing art, he's communicating, he's not as hyper as he was before, and he's just a completely different, unrecognizable little boy. And I was just like, wow, that's amazing. And so and she's like, my other little boy that's on a feeding tube, he was someone's on mute. Let me see. Lola, just keep an eye on the mute thing for me. And so she told me that this her little boy that's been on a feeding tube vomits 5 to 6 times a day, every day in restaurants, in the car, at home. And she said it's just a nightmare. And she said after 2.5 weeks of wearing this patch, uh, he's eating food. And she showed me a picture in his high chair. And in that moment, I just said, this is my social responsibility to share this with the world. And that's the journey I've been on. I've been doing this for 7 months. And so how it ties into business and what you're doing is, one, I'm in the health insurance space as well, and a lot of people don't know about this product. And I'm going to kind of present that product to you and kind of talk to you about how it was invented and how it works. So I'm going to go through all of that with you guys. But being that you guys are entrepreneurs, having multiple streams of income is really, really important. We all know we've all gone through the pandemic, and when we went through the pandemic, life changed for a lot of people. Some businesses went out of business. In the insurance space, we all went home and worked. I had, 75 employees working in offices all around the United States, and everyone went home for 2 years. And so it changed our business model, and it changed a lot of different people's business model. And in that moment, I just said, I don't want to have people have control over my income. And so with this patch, it's a very, very easy device to share. And it's not you're selling, you're just sharing. And so I just share with everybody that I meet because everybody's dealing with not being able to sleep, pain, not having enough energy, and this patch solves all that. So I want to I want to share with you guys a little bit about the business. Sorry, I'm just going to pull this up real quick. And then I'll kind of wrap it all together really well at the end on how this can be wrapped into your business and what you're currently doing. So this is David Schmidt. He is our CEO. He's the inventor. He's the scientist of this product. He has over 150 patents. And this recent patent that on the X39 stem cell patch that I'm talking about right now took him 10 years and $4.5 million to bring it to market. And what happened is he started focusing on these patches 20 years ago with the US military and Navy SEALs. And then in 2008, he started focusing his research on age reversal. And what he realized through this research is that aging is a disease that doesn't have to happen as aggressively as it happens. We're all going to age, but we age a lot more aggressively because of stem cells. And so he started focusing his research around stem cells. And the patent that he got on this product, and this is the patent number, you guys can all look it up. It's public knowledge. It's a global patent. What it says is it embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. Give me 1 second here. I'm sorry, my kids are really, really loud. 1 second. Sorry about that, you guys. My kids just got a little loud. So why the activation patch, the stem cell activation patch? Well, when he did the research, what he figured out was that people between the age of 0 and 30, they lose 50% of their stem cells. And so that's why you see professional athletes after the age of 30 really decline and start retiring because they're a lot more injury prone and it takes them a lot longer to recover. And then what you found out is between the age of 30 and 60, by the time they're 60 years old, you've lost 90% of your stem cells. And stem cells is what makes you age. You know, stem cells fight inflammation. Stem cells help fight disease. Stem cells help you recover. Stem cells keep your collagen intact. Stem cells are the lifeblood of your system. And so when he realized that, that's when he created this patch. And what he did through that is he realized that the reason we lose our stem cells is because we also lose the copper peptide that's natural in our systems. So what this patch does and how it works is it's a proprietary form of photolight therapy. And our bodies are made of light and our bodies are made of heat. And so if you have night vision goggles, what you'll see through those goggles is light and heat, even if you have clothes on. So what he figured out is he created this patented nanocrystal technology on these patches, these crystals that your body reflects light off of. Lola, can you get that? um, this patch reflects light and it reflects light back into you. And when that light reflects back into you, it elevates copper peptide, which then stimulates and elevates your own stem cells in your body. And this patch is non-invasive. There's nothing going into your body. Matter of fact, you could wear the patch on the outside of your shirt or even 6 inches from your body, and it would do the same exact thing. It's non-transdermal, meaning nothing is going into your skin. There's no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's no stimulants. So a lot of people ask, is this FDA approved? Well, it's not food, you're not consuming it. It's not a drug, you're not consuming it. It's just using your own body resources of light to actually elevate your own stem cells. So the benefits of this X39 patch. I've seen all of these. When I turned like 43, 44 years old, when I worked out, I noticed it wasn't as comfortable, the weight on my body. after I started wearing this patch, my strength increased, which after, 51 years old, increasing your strength is not a common thing. The inflammation in my body, which I would get a lot in my gut area, is completely gone out of my body. The stamina, energy, and vitality that I've gotten from this patch is unfreaking believable. I've never had this in my life, not even when I was 25 years old. One of the favorite things is my mental clarity. My wife was very concerned about me 3 years ago because I would forget where my wallet was, my keys were, my phone. I would forget to close a door, lock a door, or forget I walk out of a room and forget what I was going to do. And she's like, we need to check on something. And as you age, you get brain fog or inflammation in your brain from sugar, from stress, from all the other things. And so this patch helps with that, clears that out, as well as restored muscle. My favorite one is improvement of sleep. I'm a big proponent of sleep. I've been wearing a Whoop for 5 years, tracking and measuring all my sleep to make sure I'm getting the right quantity of REM and deep. And what I've noticed is a 32% increase of that, and then also improved skin appearance. So that's the benefits of this patch. And obviously, if you have a patent, there's clinical studies. And so this was a 77-year-old woman that they use an example of that she had all this inflammation in her brain. Now, someone at 77 is going to have inflammation in their brain because of the aging process. And that's, a big cause of Alzheimer's and a lot of other diseases that happen. So after going and wearing this patch for 3 weeks only, all the inflammation was gone out of her brain. And after 6 weeks, there was a complete turnaround in her brain. So what are the long-term results of the X39? The first few days, 4,000 genes are going to be reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes better balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is going to increase. In 6 months, your heart will start to reverse in age. And so how you wear the patch, and again, I'm just flying through this with you guys real quick. How you wear the patch is you wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off during the day. Okay, not at night because it will keep you up because it does give you energy. And then you drink plenty of water, and plenty of water is at least half of your body weight in ounces. And then this is about the company LifeWave. They've been in business for 20 years. They're the number one fastest growing company in this space in the world. They were doing $20 million a year for 17 years with the other patches that he created for the Navy. After the X39 patent came out in 2021, they did $320 million that year. From year 20 million to 320. Last year they did 600, and they're projected to do over $1 billion this year. The cool thing about this is it's patented and it's present in 80 countries. Why is patented so important? It's not a Me Too product. For 17 more years, no one can come into the market and say they have a product that does this because it has a patent on it. And it's in 80 different countries in the world. So you're not just limited to the US, it's in Latin America, it's in Europe, it's in Australia, it's in New Zealand, it's all over the world, which means that this thing works. These are just a couple testimonials. I'm gonna, skip through them. This was a lady with eczema. My golf coach had back pains. This guy was diagnosed with a brain condition. This was an 84-year-old with diabetes and congestive heart failure. You could see how her legs and inflammation cleared up. And so that's about the patch. What I want to do is just share with you guys how I've tied it to my everyday business. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I like to give people options. And so I have always said I want to meet people where they are versus where I want them to be. And what I mean by that is not everyone, if I've got all these opportunities or jobs, I'll talk to people about them, but I want to meet people where they are. And they might just want to be a customer of this product because it's an amazing device that is going to help the world. I truly believe this product is going to change the world because it's helping so many people on so many levels health-wise. I mean, people with MS, people with Parkinson's disease, arthritis, all kinds of things. People are getting so many great benefits out of this patch. And so I just wrap it into my everyday conversation. I have a huge network. I talk to every single person that I meet in the gym, every single person that I work with in all my different businesses about this patch. I talk to every single person about this. So you guys are already in the world of speaking to people. This is just an easy thing. And when the way I do it, you guys, is I always ask people what they do for a living. So when I learn what they do, I mean, you guys are having conversations and doing life, health insurance with people. I just ask questions like, what do you do? Tell me what you like about what you do. Tell me what you would change about what you do. And then I ask people if they're open to another stream of income. And then, so I say, hey, listen, this is one of the businesses I have. I have a health insurance business, and I also have A wellness business. I'm gonna just put everyone on mute real quick. So that's the way that I approach this business is it's just a conversation. I don't sell anything, you guys. I just share what this product does and what the possibilities of this product are. And then I could talk to you guys that if you want to ask a couple questions right now, I'll open it up for questions so I'm not just droning on and talking. And then I can share with you guys the opportunity there is with this business. I'll show you my compensation and what I'm making after 7 months. It's unbelievable. I'm making around $60,000 a month, and I've only been doing this 7 months. I have no overhead whatsoever. I'm probably spending an hour and a half to 2 hours a day on this business, just in my everyday life sharing it. And so I'll share that with you guys as well, and I'll share with you guys the opportunity. But if anybody has any questions, I'll open up the. Sorry, I closed off the ability to unmute just because it's a little distracting. So, does anybody have any questions? And if they're in the chat, Lola, you
Sí,
can
por
translate them
ejemplo,
too.
la gente que tienes
Yes,
en tu
for
equipo,
example, the
las
people that you
cantidades de
have in
personas que
your
están en tu
team, the
equipo,
amount of people that you
muchos
have
de
in your
ellos son
team, many
clientes
of them are
de
customers
seguro, por ejemplo,
of
o gente que
insurance,
trabaja
the
contigo en
insurance
seguro.
industry, or people who work with you in the insurance industry?
I do have some people, I mean, I have people across all kinds of, I mean, a lot of my contacts are in the insurance industry. So, obviously that was my warm market that I went to and talked to a lot of those people. And, us people that are in the insurance industry are entrepreneurs and we talk to a lot of people. So, it's a very good transition to let people know that this opportunity is available to them. So, I mean, I've got health insurance brokers that are talking to their customers. I have health insurance brokers that are talking to their employees. I have health insurance brokers that are talking to other people in the industry. So it's a very good, I mean, obviously you guys are in health, right? There's nothing more important than health. And, people that have insurance, this product is helping people stay healthy. This product is helping heal people. So it's a very, very easy conversation for you guys to do to create another business. The only thing, yeah, it's not an investment to start this business. Every business I've started has been $250,000, and it's taken me 5 to 6 years to get my money back. And I told you guys what I'm making now with no overhead, in this one business. It's a great question, Marilyn. And Lola, if there's any in the chat, and you guys can speak Spanish because we have an interpreter, so you don't have to speak English to me. You can ask your question in Spanish, and I'll completely understand it. Any other questions? If not, I'll move on. And if you or Michelle have questions, you guys feel free to lead me in whatever direction you guys want me to go in.
Ok,
I
yo
would
tengo
tell
una
you that
pregunta.
I do have
this
a
business of
question.
my eight I'm the most excited about. Go ahead, Michelle.
Ok, claro, gracias. Yo
Of
tengo una
course, thank you.
pregunta.
I do have a
En
question.
promedio, ¿cuánto puede
In
generar una
average,
persona
how
que
much
trabaja
can
en
a
el mundo del
person
seguro de
generate
salud?
working,
Y en
a person
promedio,
who works
¿cuánto
in
tú
the
estás generando
health
ahora mismo
insurance
en este negocio?
industry
O sea,
compared to
¿qué,
what
qué
you're
beneficios
generating in this
trae
business? What
colocar o
benefits would you have
enlazar LifeWave
if
con seguro de
you
salud
use
respecto a
LifeWave
ingresos?
in
Porque
your
veo que la
health
mayoría les
insurance
interesa
business when
también
we
los
talk
ingresos.
about income? Because I think people are interested in income.
Yeah, I mean, so let me just show you guys. I mean, because it's really hard to say. It's going to be based on a lot of things, right? So what Marilyn said is, do you have customers and do you have people that are actually doing the business with you? And so that's where I go back to. I meet people where they are, right? When I talk about the product, basically I'll talk about the product and people will say, "How do I get it?" And I'll say, "Well, you can get it one of three ways. You can buy it retail for $150 a month." But nobody really does that because you can buy it wholesale for $99 a month, with an auto ship, and or you can become an affiliate with the company and share the product and get yours for free and also make money on it. So I always ask, what sounds most appealing to you? Would you rather be a customer or would you rather be an affiliate? And I let them decide. I'm not going to push them in either direction. So I would say I have a pretty balanced business, because some people want to be an entrepreneur and has business, or they just want the health benefits of the patch. So there's not really, and then based on who comes into business and are bringing other people in the business, like you guys, or based on how many customers, because you get paid from everything. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. So if customers sign up, you get paid. If a brand partner signs up, you get paid, and then it's all based on volume. So do you want me to show that now? Yeah? Okay. So there's four ways that we get paid in the business as an affiliate. So if you're going to share the opportunity or share it to customers, if a direct retail customer buys it for the $149, then you get a $50 commission every time a customer buys at retail. Okay. If a preferred or preferred plus customer buys and they buy it at the $99 a month, you get paid a $20 commission for every time someone buys those every single month. So if a retail customer buys at retail every month, you get 50 bucks from that customer every single month that they purchase. If they're on auto ship, the customer buys every month, you get $20 every single month. So all the people that are set up on auto ship, you're getting, you have 100 people, you're getting $2,000 from all your customers every month that just keep rebuying the product, right? And then if you have somebody that is going to sign up for the business, and there's three ways that you can start a business. You can buy a core pack, which has 3 packs of 30 patches, and that's $295. But you can buy an advance so you have more patches to actually patch people and give patches away. And that's 6 packs of 30, and it's $535. And this is a one-time fee. You buy these patches one time, and you don't have to you don't buy these packages again. But this is just to start your business. And then there's a premium pack, which is 20 packs of 30. That's the one that I bought because I wanted to have inventory. If I see someone at the gym or a friend, or I want to send friend some through the mail, I'm able to send it because I have inventory, and that's $17.50. Now, if someone signs up as a core, then you get a $35 commission from that. If someone signs up as an advance, it's 75. Now, it's only one time, right? Because there's only one time that they can sign up for this package. And then premium is a $405 commission. So that's the second way that you make money off of this program. The third way that you make money is called cycle bonuses. And a cycle bonus is based on volume. So, and I'm going to show you in a minute in my back office so you can see it. But you have two legs in this organization. You have two places you can people. You can put them on a right leg or a left leg. And based on the volume, whatever leg has the most volume, we call that the power leg. And you get for every $660 of volume on that leg, if it's left or right, doesn't matter, whatever is your most high volume leg. And then you have what's called a profit leg. And once you get 330 there, so once you have 660 on this side of your business and 330 on this side of the business, that's called a cycle, and you get paid $50 for every one of those cycles. And so what you can make off of this bonus weekly, because the company pays every Tuesday weekly, you can make up to $1,500 once you brought 4 people in the business. So if you brought 4 affiliates in the business, you can make up to $1,500 per week, which is $6,000 a month, $72,000 a year, just off of bringing 4 people in the business. Okay, if you get to the top of the company, senior presidential director, you can make up to $25,000 per week, which is $1.2 million a year. That's just this one. The fourth way that you can get paid is if when you bring people into the business, this is called generation bonuses. So let's just say I brought in Pedro, and Pedro made $1,000 this week because we get paid every week. I get paid 25% of everything that Pedro does. So I would get $250 this week just from Pedro. Well, let's say Pedro brought in Maria, and Maria made $1,000 this week. Well, I make 20% of everything that Maria makes. So I get an override, which we understand this in the insurance world, right? Renewals and getting paid commissions. I get $200 from Maria. And then if Maria brings in Jose and he made $500, I make 20% of what Jose makes as well, and I make $100. So I'll give you an example. My upline that I told you is making $65,000 a week. He's brought 100 people in the business over almost 3 years. Okay. So those 100 people, if they just bring in 10 people over 3 years, which is like a person every quarter, okay, 10, only 10 in 3-year period, that 100 people would turn to 1,000. Okay. So let's just say those 1,000 people in that level 2 generation, let's just say they only brought in 10 people as well over 3 years. That would be 10,000 people. So you would be making commissions off of 11,100 people, which is kind of the same thing when in the P&C world on my renewals and on my life insurance. If I have 11,000 clients, I'm getting paid every 6 months off of 11,100 people. But in this business, you're getting paid every week off of 11,100 people. So those are the 4 ways that you make money in this business. Now, what I want to show you guys is just the back office, because a lot of people are like, how, when I came into this business, I was like, how much money do you make? And people are like, oh, I make a lot of money. I'm like, well, let me see it. So I want to show you guys, and again, this is no guarantees of what you're going to do. I use my business, I use my relationships with people, and I had conversation with people. People saw it, and then they came into the business. So this is what when you sign up, you'll have this, and you'll log into your back office. This is what's called our back office. And so this is the commissions, and this is a live tracker that shows, up to the second how much money you're making. All right. So this is every week. You can see February 3rd to February 9th. That week I made $8,597 for the week. And then the next week, February 10th, 16th, I made 96.43. The 17th through the 23rd, I made 12,250 for the week. And then 24th through the 2nd, I made 12,362 for the week. And then last week, I made 12,472. And our week starts on Monday at 3 a.m. and it goes through Monday at 3 a.m. So I'm in 3.5 days into the week, and I'm already at $7,735 for this week so far. And I still have all the way till Friday at 3 a.m., Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I have 3.5 days basically for these commissions to go up. So I'm on a track of 2,000 a day this week. So I'll be $14,000 this week, probably is where I'm going to end up. So when I was talking about the weak leg and the strong leg, if you can see here, this is my right leg, and it has $1 million in volume on it. Okay. And the way the volume works is like if you guys sign up, and when you guys sign up, the volume that when you sign up today, and if people sign up under you, not under you, but after you, you get credit for all of that volume that's coming into your organization. So this $1 million, I didn't do it. It could be someone that, signed up under someone I had nothing to do with, but I get credit for that volume and I make money off that volume. And so right now, and this is weekly, this is my weekly number right here. So this is my weak leg. So that 20,378 is my weak leg. And what I do, that 330 number, you're going to divide that number. Okay. So I'm going to take 20,378 divided by $330, because for every $330 cycle, I get paid $50. So if I divide that, I have 61 cycles that the company is paying me on currently right now that I'm going to do. So if I do 61 times 50, that's $3,050. Okay. If I go into my commission report, you're going to see when I scroll down to my cycle bonus, it's $33,050. All right. So everything is real time active in the office as far as what I'm getting paid. But that's how the cycle works, is you're going to take those numbers and divide by 330 on your weak leg. And that's what I'm going to get paid every single week. Now that number is growing every day because people are still buying. This thing just takes off. It's just a snowball, because once people start coming to the organization, then you're getting credit for all that volume and you start getting paid on that volume once you hit manager. So I know that's a lot of information. I just wanted to show you what the real numbers are, what is possible. And so if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to ask questions, you guys. That's what I'm here for. That's why Marilyn and Michelle invited you guys to this call, so you guys can ask questions, and I'm happy to answer anything you guys have.
Sí, Jay, yo tengo una. Por ejemplo, cuando estás
I
con
have a
una
question, Jay. For
persona que tiene
example,
a lo
when I'm with
mejor 200,
someone
una comunidad,
who
1.000,
has
3.000
maybe
clientes,
2,000 or 3,000
eh,
clients in a community,
¿cómo, qué le aconsejarías para clasificar la lista?
what
O
would
sea, ¿cómo
you
empezaste tú?
advise to be able to
¿A quién llamaste
classify the
primero,
list?
por
Who did you
ejemplo?
call first, for example?
Well, I mean, I called the people that I knew, that I had some kind of relationship with, right? So I mean, and the call that I would make, it just depends on what's my relationship with that person, right? And so if I didn't know them, I would find a way to get into a conversation with them about health or about my job or what I'm doing. And then whenever I get into that conversation, based on where they're leading, that's why I always ask people, what do they do? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Because they'll tell you a lot in those three questions, right? They're going to tell you, I work too much. I don't have time with my family. I don't make enough money. Like I wish I didn't have to work weekends. So all of those things that they're going to tell you, that I use with this opportunity, and say, well, one of the things I'm doing now is I'm building a business so that I have more time. And this is the business that I'm involved in. And then I'll just say, hey, what do you know about stem cells? A lot of people don't know anything about stem cells. They think they know something about stem cells, but they don't know anything about stem cells. And so they'll say, what do you know? I'll say, what do you know about stem cells? And they're like, I don't know that much. I tell you one thing about stem cells, they're really expensive and they might not work, but I have something that will change your life. And then I'll just get into how it's changed my life. I just talk about what's done for me. And then they just start asking questions. So I would say, if you have a list of 2,000 people, go to the people that you know fairly well. But I talk to strangers every day about this. I just find a way to get into a conversation with them. And then, if it's, especially in your business, you guys should be doing annual reviews and following up and making sure people are happy with their coverage. Do they have any questions about their coverage? Have a friendly conversation with them and just say, hey, what do you do for a living? Do you do anything on the side? Or is that what you do only? And then they could, and just say, "Hey, I'm just interested because, another business that I started, and I'm just interested in how many people are starting businesses in this economy, what's going on. Like, just you find a way to slip into the conversation, like, well, what else do you do? And then I get into, oh, I'm in a stem cell business, and they're like, stem cell business? What is that? I'm like, have you ever heard of the X39 patch? And they're like, what's that? I'm like, you haven't heard of the X39 patch? Oh my God, like this thing has changed my life forever. Like, I can't believe you haven't heard of this thing. And then I just get into what it is, and then they're like, well, how do I get this thing? Oh, that's easy. One of three ways. You could get it, retail and pay 150 bucks a month, but nobody does that because you can get it wholesale. And also you could be an affiliate with the company and get yours for free or, share and make some money.
Bien, bien. Eh,
Okay,
Otra
very
cosa,
well.
Jay,
Another thing,
para ver si
Jay,
estoy bien con lo que
to
dijiste,
see if I
siete
understood what you
meses,
said correctly.
solo
You've been
7 meses.
only for 7 months in the company?
Yes.
Oh my God. Esto es interesante
This
para
is really
muchos de ellos, la
interesting for
verdad,
a lot
porque es
of
muy
them,
poquito
truthfully, because
tiempo.
it's not a
Y
lot of time.
$60,000 al
And
mes promedio.
$60,000 a month on average.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's only
Ok,
going up. I mean, it's going up week over. You guys saw, I mean, it was at 8,000, 9,000, 12,000, 13,000. It'll probably be 15,000 this week, 14,500, 15,000.
bien, por mí ya para cerrar,
Okay,
Jay,
now to close my
si
questions,
tuvieras a
Jay,
una persona
if
que se está
you
ganando
had
40
a
mil
person who's
dólares
earning
al mes
$40,000 a month
enfrente
in
y
front of you
está considerando tomar la
and is
decisión de
considering to
hacer
take the
esto,
decision of working
¿qué
this
consejo le
business,
daría
what
en su
advice would
experiencia
you
de
give
7
that
meses
person
con este
under your
sector?
experience with 7 months and with this check?
I mean, again, $40,000 a month. I mean, I have other businesses that pay me that, so, but you never know if that business is going to go away. I mean, we don't, and my wife
Mm,
always says to me a couple times when we were doing things or working with another company, she's like, I want to own it and I want to have control. I don't want it to be doing something for someone else's company. And I just said, you don't ever have control. Like we all learned that in 2020 with the pandemic, right? I mean, if you owned a restaurant, if you owned a clothing store, if you owned a product store, like you have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, if China shuts
ujú,
down, if tariffs come into play and now it's going to cost you 50% more to get products, it could affect your business. So we never ever have control. Real estate market, interest rates went up to 8%. The auto market, interest rates went up to 9, 10%. So it affects everything. You never have control. The only control you ever have is multiple streams of income. So if you're making $40,000 a year, why wouldn't you want to make $80,000 a year and insulate yourself against something happening? Because we never know, like we don't, I mean, even if you're working for a company or representing a
ujú.
company, we have no idea what the actual financial
Total.
situation of any company that we're representing, right? So for me, I'm just always hedging my bet. And if something blows up here, it's okay. I can just segue and I'm okay over here, right? If I've doubled my income and I'm used to living on $40,000 a year and something happens over here, no sweat. Now I'm just going to go look for another opportunity and do something else. So that's what I would tell somebody is I mean, always look at every opportunity and always add income to your stream because if not, something could happen. I mean, no one saw pandemic coming in 2020. I mean, that just happened. No one, I mean, people were wearing masks. We were all lost. We were all confused. Like, what's happening? We can't leave our house. That could happen again. We could have an economic downturn, and it could happen again. And your business is affected because of what's going on in Canada, Mexico, China, all over the world. So, like, the only way to take control is to have multiple things that you're doing. And especially with this type of business, it's not a full-time job. It's just, I just interpolate this conversation in my everyday interactions that I'm having with people that come up. It's not like, I'm going out and I'm just dedicating 8 hours a day to this. I don't. I have a lot of other things going on. But I will tell you, of everything that I'm doing, I'm the most excited about this opportunity. I think Aaron
¿Por
had
qué
a
te
question.
emociona
Aaron, you
tanto?
can unmute. Go ahead,
Why
Marilyn.
does it excite you so much?
It excites me. It's a great question, Marilyn. It excites me because the opportunity is better than any other opportunity that I see out there. The product is life-changing. It's going to help change humanity. Like anybody that gets on this, I think about, so, I talked to you guys about David Schmidt. I really feel like this guy is the Steve Jobs of wellness. And right now we have a big woke community when it comes to, medicine, doctors, big pharma, food, things that we're putting into our body that aren't healthy for us, all the chemicals and stimulants and dyes and all this stuff. Like people are waking up to knowing that this stuff is not good for us. And with something that's holistic that can only help you and make you younger, help you live a healthier life, prevent disease, like I just think that we are at the right place at the right time. And I think about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. I mean, they created Microsoft and Apple when, no one really knew about computers, right? And look, they're trillion-dollar companies now. And I feel like with this device, we are at the right place at the right time. And people are listening now because people want to be healthy. People want to do the right thing because they understand we've been poisoning ourselves for a long time. And now there's so much education that when you talk about holistic care, then people are really excited. And I'm very passionate about it because I'm 51 years old. And when I had my daughter, I started doing the math. And I was like, okay, when she graduates high school, I'm going to be like 65 years old. And people are going to be like, oh, your grandpa's so cute, and I'm going to be her dad, and it's going to be like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be a grandpa when I'm 65 years old. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to, be the on a cane or on a walker or feeling like hunched over, or, with a bunch of, looking like I need to go to the hospital, So for me, that's why I'm excited because I want to carry this message to the rest of the world. And I think that I truly believe that this product is going to transform the world. And David truly believes that people will live to their 120 years old if they use this product because it's going to stop the aging process and more importantly, stop the disease process. The people that have cancer, I mean, cancer comes from inflammation. I mean, pure and simple, like inflammation and stress is comes from cancer comes from that. So if you can remove that from your body and listen, having energy and mental clarity is amazing. Like, I feel like I'm 19 again. I can work as long as I need to. My mind is good. I'm very crisp. I'm sleeping well. Like, so I just think once this gets out there, the time is now to get in because it was like, everyone that's wished they would have invested in Uber, or
Mm.
Airbnb, or, like no one saw that. Now the guys that invested in that they're billionaires, and we have that opportunity right now to be at the forefront. And you see Lola with WR. I mean, what we've created in our team is a wellness revolution. Like we want to educate people on nutrition, diet, sleep, supplements that people should be taking because the patch is a wonderful thing, but people also need to change their lifestyle a little bit to live a better life. So that's why you see the passion come out of me. I'm so passionate about this because I really truly believe that we could change humanity and give humanity a better life.
Me encanta, me encanta, me
I love
encanta
it. I
tener
love what I hear. I love having an upline like this because we are very aligned with that philosophy. I tell my team we always have to think in big. And I think that in 5 or 10 years, or maybe less, a lot of people are going to be purchasing the patch without this explanation. And right now, we have to ask ourselves what happens if, out of a volume of maybe 10, 20 million people, what if 20, 30% of those people can be in our organization?
Yeah.
So that's what I
Yeah. I
think.
mean, you know what, Meryl? 2%. If 2%, you're a multimillionaire. I mean, like I said, the couple that's making $140,000 a week, they don't have any social media whatsoever. They're 62 years old and they're making 140 grand a week and they're making a $2 million quarterly bonus from the company. Aaron's raised his hand a couple times. Do you want me to get to Aaron? Aaron, you can unmute.
Sí, justo, gracias.
Yes, thank
Mi
you.
pregunta es,
Okay, so
con
my
personas
question
que se dedican a los
is
seguros de
with
vida,
people who are dedicated to
¿cómo
health
planteas
insurances, How do you focus the business for it to be attractive for them to participate with us?
Are you talking about people in the health insurance space?
Sí, gente que tenga su propia, su
Life
propia
insurance, people who have
marca
their
para
own
vender
brand
seguros de
to
vida y los
sell life
permisos y todo esto que
insurances
se
and the
necesita.
permits and everything you need.
You don't need any permits to sell this product. I mean, you literally buy a product pack. I mean, if you buy the core or advanced package, literally within 2 minutes, you have your own website, your own link to share with people. It's a very, very easy process. Health insurance, life insurance is all licensing. It's all very, there's a little bit of a barrier to entry. There's no barrier to entry. You literally can make money right now and you bring people in the business. And what I would just share with them is it's just another stream of income. I mean, life insurance sales, health insurance sales, it's all commission based, right? So you're just sharing a product that has a patent that works, that's changing lives every single day. So it's an easy thing. And also, if you're in the business, it's very easy to say, I'm doing this too, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I have this business and I also have, because they tie together so well. I mean, health insurance and wellness, like people living a healthier life is way better, especially for the health insurance carriers because they have less claims. So they're paying out less claims to people if they're healthy. But even for your customer base, it's a very good thing for your customer base to talk about this. If you're talking to people about this business from a customer standpoint, and again, I get into it with a casual conversation of what do you do? And I also do this. And then people want to ask more questions, right? So one thing I've learned from my grandfather a long time ago was to leave people with themselves. And you guys are all in sales, so this will connect with you. You always want to leave people with themselves. And what I mean by that is when I talk to people, I ask them a bunch of questions about themselves, and they walk away from the conversation liking and trusting you because you've made the conversation about them. And nobody does that today, right? So they walk away and they're like, "Oh my God, Aaron Sanchez was amazing. I loved working with this guy." And they're like, "Well, what would you like about him?" "I don't know. He was just amazing." But what was amazing was that someone made the conversation about them. So that's why I ask people the question of, what do you do? And then I'm interested. Well, tell me what that looks like. Tell me what you would change about your day. Tell me what you love about what you do. And then they get to talk, right? And then naturally, when they like and trust you, the natural thing they're going to do, Aaron, is they're going to say to you, "Well, do you do anything else besides health insurance?" "Oh, yeah, yeah, I've got another business." You guys understand this is a business. As soon as you pay the 295, you have a business. I have my business set up in an LLC. So as soon as you start, everything you do with this business, you can write off on your taxes. You can write off your home office, you can write off your car, you can write off your gas, you can write off your meals, you can write off everything in this business. So it's the fastest business you can start and you can make money the fastest. You guys saw what I was making. And I'm not some, phenomenal out of this world salesperson. I just interpolated this into my everyday life because I'm passionate about it, because I saw what it did.
El tema de las ventas lo manejas muy bien.
What about
Ahora,
sales?
mi
Okay,
pregunta
that's sales
siguiente
as
es,
well.
hace rato
Focus. But
mencionaste
my
que tienes
question
stock,
is,
que
you
tienes una
mentioned that you
cantidad de
have
producto
stock,
que
that you
utilizas
have an
para
amount of
regalar.
product that you use
¿Cuánto
to give away.
recomiendas
How much do
obsequiar o
you
regalar
recommend to
para que la
give
gente
away
viva un
for
resultado?
people to see a result?
It's a good question, Aaron. So the reason I have stock, I bought the premium package, the one with 20 sleeves. What I do is the company has these little envelopes that you can get 20 envelopes for $5. I put 10 patches in that and I carry them everywhere with me. So when I have the conversation, I take one of those patches out, I put a patch on them on the back, I show them where to wear it, and then I give them the other nine. And I give them my link to buy so that when they're buying, they're waiting on their patches to come 2 or 3 days. They can go home and patch their wife, they can patch their kid, but they have inventory to patch people in their family, but they can start getting the transformation now. Because some people it could take 3 days, some people could take 3 weeks, some people could take 3 months, depending on how consistent they are with it, if they're drinking enough water. So I don't give anybody any guarantees. I had a transformation in one day. I have a lot of friends that had a transformation in one day. Some people take 3 weeks, some people take 3 months. So I don't guarantee anything whatsoever, Aaron, but what I do is have patches to give them because, talking about it is cool, but when they actually have it and you could show it and talk about it and they could put it on, it's just a little bit more effective. So again, I have them in my backpack, I have them in my work backpack, I have them in every place I go. I just have them in case someone it comes up in conversation, I'm like, oh, let me give you 10. And they're always like, they're so grateful. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. You guys, I have to drop off here in 5 minutes. I know I saw Peniel, Laura Digital had his hand up. I just want to make sure I serve you guys and answer all your questions. You're so welcome, Aaron. Did you have a question? I can't see it. My eyes aren't that good. Maybe it's Plenio. Plenio, Laura?
¿Por acá me escuchan?
Hi, can you hear me?
Absolutely, I can. Perfect.
Bueno, preciso tuve una interrupción en el internet, pero ya regresó.
Sorry, I had an
Bueno,
issue with
tengo
the
algunas
internet.
preguntas.
So I have a few questions,
Una
okay?
de ellas, pues como
One
estamos
of them
conectados de
is,
Colombia,
since I'm connected
veo
from
que esta empresa,
Colombia,
pues en
I see that
Sudamérica
this company
todavía no
is
está.
not in Latin America yet.
Entonces, uno es el
So
tiempo
number one is,
aproximado
how
de estar
long
acá.
approximately will it take for you to be here?
Si es necesario que sí
If
o sí
it's
la compañía ya
necessary
esté,
for the company
o se
to
puede, digamos,
already
que
be in the
iniciar el
country, or
negocio
could
antes
we
de que la
initiate the
compañía
business
oficialmente
before the
esté.
company officially
Esa es una
launches?
pregunta.
That's one question.
Yeah, so you have to be in the country that we're serving right now. Colombia is coming online this year. We are in Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Spain right now, but they are spreading to Latin America very quickly. We have a huge Latin American team, Latin American, South American. We have a lot of people that are interested in this product all over Central, South America. So, I mean, they see how good the market could be because a lot of the Latin America is growing like nuts. I mean, I've brought in a lot of people. Spanish. My wife is Colombian. So we have a massive following in Colombia and also Venezuela and Costa Rica, Argentina. So there's a lot of companies coming countries, sorry, coming online. But you would have to wait.
Pero la pregunta es,
Oh, but the
exactamente, la
question,
pregunta
yeah,
es si
exactly. The
todavía no
question
se
is,
puede,
can we start
porque ya
working
hay
the
negocios
business,
latinos haciéndolo. O
or do
sea,
we have
porque
to
ya hay un
wait?
equipo.
Yeah, you
¿Hay
have to
alguna
wait. You
manera de
got to be in the
hacerse, no sé,
country
estando
that
en
it's
otro país o
available
algo?
in. I mean, from a compliance
Could you
standpoint.
not send it from another country or something?
I mean, they don't because the company I mean, the point of this product is the company distributes it for you.
Okay.
I know people are doing some things, but I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I do know some, maybe Michelle and Marilyn could tell you, but I don't know exactly how to do it. So maybe talk to them about it, how they're kind of circumventing that and getting around that.
Sí,
Ah,
muy
ok, perfecto.
rápidamente, Jake.
Yes, very
Hay
quickly,
personas del
Jay. There
equipo que
are
ya
people
saben
from
cómo
the
hacer
team who
esto.
already
La
know
verdad,
how
nuestro
to do
foco en
this. Truthfully,
principio, yo vivo
our
aquí en Estados
focus, I
Unidos, no
live
ha
in the
sido Colombia,
US.
pero
Our
Colombia,
focus has not been
Colombia es
Colombia, but
Colombia. O
Colombia
sea,
is
no hay
Colombia.
forma de
There
decirles,
is
mira,
no
ya
way to say
espérate,
to them, wait,
hay
wait a
formas.
second, be
Así que
patient, and
si
there are
alguien de tu
ways.
equipo te
So
podrá
probably
orientar.
we will be able to orient him,
Yeah.
Ok, perfecto.
orientate.
Bueno, lo que escuché fue que
Okay,
como
perfect.
que el
What
país
I
siguiente sería
heard was
Colombia,
that
si
the
es
next
así.
country would be
¿Y
Colombia, right?
cuáles serían los de
And
Yeah.
Latinoamérica países
what
siguientes?
would be the rest of the Latin American countries?
Well, I mean, I know they got on the slate Peru and Colombia this year. So those are the two Latin American countries. I'm not privy to some of that information, some of that private information, but I do know those two countries are on the slate to be this year.
Ok,
So I
perfecto,
can't.
listo, muchas gracias. Bueno,
Perfect.
voy con
Thank you
otra
very much.
pregunta
Okay,
que
another
tiene que ver
question
con,
that
digamos
has
que como la
to do
presentación fue rápida, fue
with,
un tipo
since it was a
express,
very quick
que era la primera
express
vez que la escucho.
presentation, it's the first
Bueno,
time I
vi que hay
hear it.
manera de ser
I saw
cliente
that there
minorista,
is a way to be
solamente
a
es un
retail
producto,
client just using the product,
la opción de ser afiliado,
the
que es lo que nos
option
interesa a
of
los
being an
emprendedores
affiliate,
como
which is
tal.
what is
O sea,
interesting to the
afiliado realmente es un
entrepreneurs like
distribuidor,
us.
un desarrollador
So an affiliate is
de
like a
redes de negocios.
distributor that
Pero
creates a
solo hablo
business
de el
network.
autoenvío, eso es
But you
como otro
spoke about
tipo de
auto
afiliación,
shipment. Is that
¿está
another
del lado
kind
de ser
of
cliente minorista o
affiliation,
está del
or
lado
is
de
it
ser
for the
afiliado
retail
distribuidor?
client or for the
No,
¿Y
affiliate?
cuál es la
it's for
diferencia de
everyone.
ustedes?
What
So
is the
you could
difference?
Bueno,
you could
digamos,
be on auto ship for retail. You could be auto ship for a preferred customer, which is $99 a month, or you can be an auto ship for. And the reason I say affiliate is because most people can associate with affiliate. Intercompany, we call it a brand partner. But basically, you know, you just get paid for sharing this product with people that are brand partners and or customers. So auto ship is just that way you are getting it monthly and you don't run out because once you start wearing this, you're not going to want to not wear it. So it's just to make sure that you get your patches on time and you're able to stay consistent so that you keep your stem cells elevated.
O sea, para entender un poquito, eso
So
tiene
to
que ver lo con lo
understand
que
that a
normalmente
bit,
hablamos en redes de
this has
mercadeo
to
de
do what we
compras,
normally talk
pero es
about
una
in network
compra
marketing, which is a
automatizada,
repurchasing,
¿verdad?
but it's automated, right?
¿Me
Yeah,
permites,
it's just
Jay?
but it's your patches. So it's not like you're buying them for anything else. It's just restocking your patches that you're wearing every month. So I mean, it's not like to
Ok.
stay active. And sorry, I have another call that I have to get onto. But to stay active, you have to have at least one sleeve a month for yourself, and to make money inside the compensation plan, you have to have at least two.
Ok.
Jay, muchísimas gracias por todo. Gracias
Jay,
por tu
thanks for
tiempo.
And if you
everything.
guys
Thank you
want to
for
do
your
another call
time.
or something like that, let me know. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for your time today. And I hope to be
Sí,
working with all of you in the very near future. Thank you guys so much.
claro que sí.
Have a great day,
Gracias,
you guys.
bye.
Bye.